Hey y'all, I'm Joy. I'm a widow and I'm a single mom of 4. I make videos that share my journey from loneliness to navigating the unknown to jumping so far out of my comfort zone to create this new beautiful life for my kiddos and I. Having a strong support system was essential for my journey, and it's what I hope to create here for you. Most importantly, this is a safe space. So go ahead, click that subscribe button. I'm so happy you're here. Okay guys, I want to start off with this question. Is it okay to be happy again? Yeah, we're going to be talking about happiness. I'm going to start with a quote y'all already know. Remember this, that very little is needed to make a happy life. Very little is needed to make a happy life. I want to give you guys 3 pointers that just were big stepping stones in my journey to getting back to happiness. So, 1, first and foremost, you must give yourself permission to be happy again. 2, you need to start small. Start with gratitude. Start little tiny and start in gratitude, because it's much easier to be happy when you're thankful for what's already around you. 3, creating your own joy and happiness. Okay, those are our 3 pointers. Let's go ahead and jump into number 1. Giving yourself permission. Is it okay to be happy again? Yes, I want you to be happy again. We deserve to have wonderful, beautiful lives that we love, that fill us with purpose. But I can't just say that to you and, that fixes the problem. You have to give yourself permission. That's the honest answer. You can do a lot of things. You can go out and have fun. You can hang out with your friends. You can get dressed up. You can play the role of happiness. But first and foremost, you got to start by giving yourself permission and getting into that mentality, the mental side of it, that you're worthy. You're worthy of living a happy life. You're worthy of enjoying what's around you. And I know it's hard because you've lost somebody that you love and care so deeply, someone that brought so much happiness into your life, right? But they don't want you to just stop being happy. They'd want you to live and enjoy your life. So you need to put a lot of energy and focus into that first step of you're worthy. I'm worthy. This was a hard step for me. Happiness wasn't something that was front and center in my life for a long time. Antoine passed away 1.5 years ago, and for 2.5 years before that, he'd been struggling massively with his mental health and bipolar, and I'd been walking that journey with him. And happiness just wasn't front and center because there wasn't time. There wasn't energy. We were both just trying to survive. And I was trying to learn this new role of being a nurse, not getting to be a best friend, not getting to be a wife, a lover, a life partner, like all these hopes and dreams. I had to push that stuff to the side to just be a nurse and be there and take care of my husband like I promised I always would. So happiness was not really, sadly, wasn't a big part of my day. After Antoine passed, I just remember sitting and talking with one of my best friends, Cody, and just sharing the pain, the sadness of being I just wanted one more day, I had hope that at some point he was going to come out of this mental health stuff and be able to smile at me normal again, be able to say I love you again, be able to hug me like Antoine, the Antoine smile, the Antoine hug that, just made my day. And those things grabbed onto me and held me. And thankfully, I had Cody. Thankfully, I had a really good support system. And you're going to hear me say that in my videos probably 1,000 times because it's so, so vital, you guys, that you have a good support system. But it was important in that moment that I got to share those things with Cody because I had to take my heart, you guys, and I had to make room for happiness. Not only do you have to give yourself permission, you're going to make room in your heart by removing some of the other emotions, the pain, the anger, the sadness, the just confusion, that stuff, you got to process, you got to work on that, you got to clean that stuff up a little bit so there is space in your heart and life for happiness. So we're going to jump into point number 2. You're going to start with small steps, right? Start with small steps, start with gratitude. Starting small is important because there's not a lot of joy and happiness and things that you're just jumping up and down excited for after you lost someone you love very deeply, right? regardless of whether it's grief and someone just passed, or you broke up with someone, or you're just rediscovering yourself after trauma, there's not a lot of happiness right there that you see. So you got to start really small. And I like starting with gratitude because it's much easier to become a happy person, to find happiness in life when you're grateful for what you have right there in front of you. And kind of what that looked like for me was just waking up and being grateful for the tiniest little things, and having an attitude that said, I'm going to look for things to be thankful for instead of looking at what I'm missing, what I lost. That is so much easier said than done. So please do not feel bad if it takes a lot of practice to get to that point. That's why you start small. I was super blessed. My other best friend, Phil, he does a clothing line. It's called Better Mind, Better Bodies. And he had made a shirt that said thankful on it. And it came out in October. Annual passed in September, and this shirt came out in October, and it was like the perfect time. It was about 6 weeks out, had the funeral, and this was just my reminder. I pulled that shirt on, and it was like this reminder that I have so much to live for, so much to be thankful for, so much going on in my life that is a blessing. And that is where you want to start. I pull on that shirt, and it was just my reminder of the day. I had this great support team of Cody and Phil that just would remind me and lift me up. Start with gratitude, guys. It can be tiny. It can be so silly. It could be, that you're just thankful that you have air in your lungs. It could be you're thankful for a delicious breakfast. You're thankful that you got kids that you can chat with, that are healthy. So there's so much to be thankful for. So just start small. Okay, we're going to jump in number 3. Creating your own joy and happiness. Make your life what you want it to be. It's going to take practice. It's not, it's not something quick because you're used to just surviving. You've been in months of trauma and heartache, right? That's why we start with step 2, where you start small with gratitude, and then you work into going and figuring out who's this new version of you. You are going to change. It's going to be different. You don't have your best friend or your partner or your mom or your dad, whoever it was that you lost that was so close with you that you're used to doing life with and having them by your side. It's a different chapter, right? We're writing our new chapters. And it doesn't feel like fun or happiness probably in the beginning. I know for me it didn't. It was like this new bizarre thing. And I was like, I don't know if I can even trust this. Do I even like it? I didn't know. But you got to go forwards and create and try stuff and figure out who you are. And I am so, so thankful. I'll never, ever find enough words to say how thankful I am for the people that came alongside me and supported me and just encouraged me, my friends that pushed me to say, go try new things. Go see if you like it. Enjoy doing things by yourself. Try it out. You don't know what you'll like. And then, this was like such a God blessing because my friends pushed me in that direction. And then God brought Sarah, who is an amazing, amazing coach from the Femininity Project. You have to go check her out, ladies. Please go check her out. If you've ever wanted to know yourself a little bit better, or you've been feeling like you're missing a little something, you need to go check Sarah out. She brought so much light and beauty and excitement into my life. Things that I forgot. I didn't know that life, well, I knew a long time ago, but I hadn't felt that way in such a long time, that life could be so beautiful. I needed a reminder, I needed a spark, and Sarah brought that back into my life with a high heels course. And it was so fun to just be like, oh yeah, I like dressing up, I like dancing, I like being girly, and those were things that I could do even with Antoine right by my side. I could rediscover joy and find out pieces and parts of me that I never even knew before. So do not be afraid to go and create. And if you don't like it, try something else. You this is your life. You need to love it. You need to enjoy it. You deserve happiness. You are worthy of happiness, you guys. I promise you that if you work at it and you practice at it, you can make this beautiful life that you'll love again. I know it worked for me. I'm very serious about this. If you see me on here, sometimes I'm very sad and strong and just, I may not have as big a smile, but if you see me in real life and, on social media, I'm usually smiling. I'm usually laughing. I'm usually out playing in the sunshine with my kids. I love being outside. I love bubbles with my 4-year-old. Her and I have so much fun playing with bubbles. I love dancing. I love music. I love being near the beach. Like, there's so much about life that I enjoy. And I take that super seriously. So I want you guys to know I mean this from my whole heart, that this is not one of those videos where it's like, oh, just find happiness, create your own happiness. No, this is my story. This is how I went and found happiness and created happiness. And I hope that something will stick with you so that you realize that you're worthy of happiness too. If you don't believe that you can be happy again, I just want to challenge you and say, what is the alternative? At least please just give it a shot. Give it a shot. Try. Go out and write one thing that you're grateful for today and see if it helps you, and keep going each day until maybe, one day you wake up and you realize you don't have to try so hard. That you're like, man, I just feel lifted. I feel excitement. I feel joy inside of me today. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Thank you for listening. If you have questions, if you have comments, if there's something you want to ask me, the questions that people are scared or shy away from when it comes to widows, you can ask me anything. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not your mom. I'm not anyone special. I'm just a girl who was heartbroken, and then I wasn't. Took some hard work. Didn't happen overnight, but I chose healing. I chose freedom. I chose to create my own happiness, to create my own joy. And now I love life, y'all. I love my life. I'm so thankful for the life I have. And I want you guys to feel that too. Thanks for listening. Share this video if you know someone who needs to be uplifted this week. Let's take our pain and turn it into purpose. Okay, thanks. Have a good week, guys.